It's a lovely Sunday afternoon. The sun is shining, so let's go and pick a basket full of fruit. We've got lots of beautiful red apples to pick here. These are red devils and they are just ripe for the picking. And they're beautiful and crazily perfect, despite the fact that we just don't spray them and they're completely organic and so big. Down here, we've got another apple tree. This one is a fallen apple tree. It's on its side over here. Down there, and we've trained it up for the branches to go over the walkway here. And it's full of really beautiful apples that are really turning very extra red this year because it's been so warm. Whenever you go for one of these doubles, you've got to get both of them because otherwise some will drop. And again, they're just so amazingly beautiful. Look at these. There's a little bit of dirt there, but apart from that, it's amazing how perfect they are. But the thing I'm most excited about at this very moment is down here. It is our Japonica quince. These lovely yellow fruits, also known as Canomeles japonica. They're not really related to quince, the proper quince, which look more like pears, but they can be used just like them. They're lots of fun, and actually the way you can tell if they're ripe is when they really start smelling super tropical. They have sort of fragrances and flavors of pineapple, a bit of vanilla, just really nice and tropical fruits. And there are lots of them which have already dropped, and they're the ones we're going to pick up right now and use because they should be just about ripe. Some people even use them as decorations and bring them into their homes to put like in a bowl, a fruit bowl, and then just smell so tropical and gorgeous. This whole area is so covered in fruit. We have all the apples over here. And then the quince here. And they sort of blend into the pears up here. They're really getting big too, the pears. We've got conference pears on this side here. And then Concord ones over here. Really big fruit. And so ripe and ready to pick. Look how beautiful they are too. It really is such a wonderful time of plenty. Look at this beautiful basket full of fruit. It's looking so colourful. And we have so many quinces this year. I'm so excited by that. This is the first year I've had this big a crop, and I think it might have to do with the weather. It's just really encouraged the fruit to grow and ripen and get extra big. But I've also made the mistake of pruning my trees a bit too harshly in years past because it's right in the walkway, you know, right by the gate here. And it does sort of encroach upon it, and you want to make sure people can get through. But when you prune it, it means that it's really difficult for it to fruit because it fruits on 2-year-old wood. So you want to be a bit careful with your pruning, which I luckily was this year, by chance mainly. But yeah, I'm really thankful for all these fruits. I'm going to make some beautiful jam, I hope, out of them. Hope it's beautiful. It's going to be fun to try. These ones here, they're actually so amazing. They are a great source of vitamin C. I think I've read that Russian scientists introduced them to the Baltic states as a source of vitamin C. And because they actually have higher levels of vitamin C than even lemons. And so they're also known as Baltic lemons, I think also because of their yellow color they have when they're ripe. I also believe that in Japan they use them to make sweets for like when you have a sore throat or cold, that sort of thing. Which is really interesting because over here we just use lemons, whereas these ones are much more available. But I suppose we just aren't always aware of what we have. And so it's a great thing to be able to use these. You make some syrups out of them too, all kinds of really fun stuff. But I'm going to go inside and get some jelly made. I need some lemons as well, and I've got some on my lemon tree. Let's go have a look. Look at these beautiful lemons on my lemon tree. I need to get the biggest one. Let's have a look. I think that could be this one here. Look how big it is. It is huge. This is the Four Seasons lemon. Just look how big it is. Oh my goodness. That's going to be so perfect to add to our quince jam. I love when I have my homegrown ones, I love to use the whole thing because I just know they're perfectly organic and grown from a little tiny flower. So I want to make the most of it. It really, really smells good too. Beautiful citrus. Look at all those fruits, looking very yellow. I've given them all a really good clean now, and there's about 1 kilo of them here, but I imagine by the time I've gotten rid of all the cores and really shredded them all, there'll probably be half of that left to use. I think the seeds are toxic, so I'm definitely going to core them, but I know that lots of the flavor is in the peels. So I think that grating them is the best way to really get all the flavors out. So it's finely grated now, and in the end we only had just over 1/4 kilo, so about 270 grams. But that should make a nice little portion. I also grated all the lemon rind of that whole big lemon, and we're going to use all the lemon juice too. This beautiful lemon from the garden. We're going to use 1/4 liter of boiling water and 150 grams of sugar. This is slightly less than usual, but I just don't like it too sweet. I'm going to add all the rest of the ingredients now as well. All the lemon zest, all the grated quince, and the lemon juice. I'll reserve some for later. I'm just going to bring it to boil, make sure all that sugar dissolves. Now that it's boiling, I'll just turn the heat down and leave it to simmer for about 10 minutes, just to really soften and thoroughly cook the fruit. So it's been 10 minutes now, and you can just see how thick it's already getting. These fruits are so high in natural pectin that they just make a wonderful jam with only sugar, no pectin added. I'm going to leave it now with the lid off, just simmering for about half an hour, and we'll see how thick it gets. I'm also going to add the last little bit of lemon juice that I reserved earlier. The smell is amazing at the moment. It's really tropical, really citrusy, beautiful. Look at this, it's really thickened up. Oh my goodness. It's definitely time to put it in some jars. I've got some sterilized jars, so I'll just get that done. So there we have it, 2 little jars of quince and lemon jam. I had to add the lemon to the title because it tastes so lemony. I did use a very large lemon from the garden, but I also think that quince obviously tastes very citrusy. It's known as the Baltic lemon after all, so that makes sense. But yeah, a really, really delicious, very gloopy jam. Lots of fun. So thank you for watching. I hope you try this if you have a little japonica quince out in your garden or can find one anywhere. I think they're quite easy to happen upon, at least in this country. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.